What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. We got some major things here for you guys in this video, including, as you can see here, stimulus update, $3,200 one-time payments must be claimed before deadline in 2 days. I will give you the details here on that. This is for millions of people. We'll go over the details here on that as well. Also, I will have a trivia question here for you in this video. We are giving away thousands of dollars here before the end of the year. If you can guess the answer to the trivia question, you could win money directly from us here. So stay tuned here for that. There'll be one here in this video. Biden says his economic plan is, quote, showing results, and vows to fight inflation going forward, saying, quote, we're on the right track. You can let me know your thoughts here on this, but here's the details. President Biden claimed his economic plan is working as he released a statement to boast that Americans are starting to feel its impact. Quote, folks, my economic plan is showing results. The people are starting to feel it. Biden said in a video shared on Twitter, saying, quote, we're making progress on bringing down inflation without losing jobs. He added, Americans are already paying around $1.20 less per gallon of gas than they were this summer. Gas prices were the highest ever recorded this summer, and some experts attributed this to Biden's discontinuation of domestic oil production and failure to allow oil companies to boost their supplies. You can let me know your thoughts here on this. But U.S. inflation rate has gone down a little bit to 7.7%, lower than last month and lower than what economists were expecting. But yeah, I'm not so sure if everybody's kind of really jumping for joy here at this particular moment. You could see the headlines here. All income groups feeling economic pain from recent inflation and surveys here. Here's the details on this. High inflation is increasingly creating major strains on all Americans, including those with higher incomes than others, according to the Wall Street Journal poll. The poll, which was conducted for the paper and chief pollsters for President Biden and former President Donald Trump, respectively, found that 26% of registered voters with household incomes between $100,000 and $150,000 said inflation is creating major financial strains for even them. The figure is up from 19% in August and 14% in March. The share of Americans with household incomes of $150,000 and higher who reported financial strains because of inflation remained stable. 54% of Americans of households with incomes of $60,000 or less also indicated major financial strain. 54%, up from 51% in August and 47% in March. Yeah. So this just goes to show you that the longer this inflation goes on, the worse and worse it's getting for Americans. Yeah, and this 34% said it was the issue that made them the most likely to vote. So about a third, and more than half of them ranked it as their number one or number two issue. So here's a handy dandy chart article I came across where inflation is and where inflation isn't. Yeah, so this is kind of pretty helpful here. Where inflation is, airfare up 42%, gasoline up 17%, Very expensive. Household energy up 17%. Yeah, so electric, natural gas, things to use to heat your house, and electricity, very expensive. Pets and pet products, expensive. Food at home, 12% expensive. Transportation, expensive because cars, expensive. Yeah, expensive. Food at restaurants, expensive. Yep, 8%. New vehicles, yep, expensive. Furniture, housing, 8%. So, yeah, so we're starting to see some of this stuff come down. So, where stuff is starting to come down here below the overall rate of 7.7%. So you can see here that this is a recent article because this has the new 7.7% there. So anything below this is lower than the average of 7.7. So it's rent 7.5%. So rent is starting to come down, at least in some areas. Again, it's going to really vary of where you live. Personal care, hotel rooms, alcohol, medical care, school books and supplies, recreation, clothing, toys, education, prescription drugs. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. I guess it probably varies based on what kind of you know particular thing. Used vehicles, that's probably because of interest rates. They're really starting to probably plummet now as people aren't buying them now. College tuition, interesting. Appliances, rental cars, and IT hardware and services. Yeah. The biggest problem here, one of them is food. Very, very high. 50% higher than the actual inflation rate. You can see very, very high up here. And gasoline, one of the highest. Yeah, very, very high. Nancy Pelosi takes a swipe at Kevin McCarthy, who's the minority leader of the House right now and the leader of the Republicans in the House, suggesting that he doesn't have the votes to be Speaker, saying here today that he does not have enough votes to be elected Speaker if the Republicans take the majority in the lower chamber, the House. Republicans appear to potentially win the House. It hasn't been declared yet, but they're in the lead right now, which would potentially make McCarthy the front runner for Speaker. But Pelosi suggested that McCarthy might not even have enough votes to be the leader of the Republicans. She said, quote, "Why would I make a judgment about something that may or may not ever happen?" But she said, "No, I don't think he has it. But that's up to his own people to make a decision as how they want to be led or otherwise," suggesting that they might elect somebody else as leader of their party. Next up, stimulus update. $3,200 one-time payments must be claimed before deadline in 2 days. Here's the details on this. Millions of people have 2 days left to receive an existing form of relief worth up to thousands of dollars. Individual filers with little to no income must complete a simplified tax return to see if they qualify for unclaimed COVID stimulus payments or child tax credits. The deadline is Tuesday, November 15th. As many as 9 to 10 million people who have not yet received these payments may be eligible, according to the Government Accountability Office. 9 to 10 million people have not yet received these payments. So hopefully I'm telling as many people as possible because that is a lot of people. People who made less than $75,000 annually or joint filers making less than $150,000 annually were eligible for 3 stimulus checks of varying amounts, which combined make up to $3,200. But those who do not file taxes because of how much they earn and are not required to file taxes um, have to file a simplified tax returns to claim any of the three stimulus payments. So if you missed out on any stimulus checks, you have to file a simplified tax return to claim any of the missing stimulus checks that you got. Additionally, families with children who are eligible for the child tax credits, which is actually up to $3,600, which aims to reduce financial hardship and food insecurity. About 84% of children nationwide benefited from those credits between July and December 21st. Remember that even if you got the child tax credits last year for the monthly payments of $250 to $300 per child, you still need to file a tax return to get the rest of the money, okay? Because you're still owed the other half of the money from the first half of the year that you never got unless you filed a tax return. Because the monthly payments were only for the second half of the year. The first half of the year you get from claiming it via a tax return, which is still $1,500 to $1,800 per child. Per child. Okay, so this is money that the IRS literally just gives you. All you got to do is file a tax return. Okay, so you can do this at right here, this website. Users can head to this website, getctc.org, to access the free portal to file a simplified tax return that's closing on November 15th. Okay, so I hope that helps people. There's up to 10 million people that are potentially missing out on this money. It's part of my mission here on this YouTube channel is to help as many people as possible. So I hope that helps. Share this video with anybody you know that might benefit from this. Also, another thing here is that the child tax credits, they're working on a potential deal between the Republicans and Democrats at the end, before the end of this year, or maybe even after they technically could do it after January 1st, just before tax time, actually, probably. I don't know. I'd have to actually think through that. But they are trying to make a deal between the Republicans and Democrats to raise it still for this year to a higher amount than $2,000. But if they don't come up with a deal, there would still be a child tax credit for $2,000 per child. All you would need to do is file a tax return. Okay, so the child tax credits are still there. They've been around for like 23 or 24 years. Okay, this is not a new thing. Everybody thinks it's a new thing just because of the monthly payment things, but they've been around for many, many, many years. Okay, former President Donald Trump and actually his daughter were the ones that raised it, or his daughter kind of helped get the ball rolling and stuff like that. They raised it in the Trump tax cuts that Republicans raised on their own without any Democrats. In the 2017 Trump tax cuts from $1,000 per child to $2,000 per child. Okay, so yeah, but you got to file a tax return. So either way, you got to file a tax return. So even if you're not required to file a tax return, you still probably want to get that money. So there's like 63 million children that get that. Okay. So again, it's just trying to help out as many people as I can. It's part of my mission here on this YouTube channel. But either way, I'll keep you up to date here on that, because that will be for this year's taxes for the 2000. If they don't come up with a larger amount, that would be for 2022 when you file next year, if they can't come up with a larger amount. So I'll keep you up to date here on this channel for that as well. Okay, it's time for our trivia questions here. So I'm trying to do one of these every single day. And if you can guess these, you could win money from me. So the way it works here is that this is similar to our What's in the Box thing we've done here in the past. So if you can guess these correctly, then you could win money from me. And the way we're doing it here is I wanted to give away turkeys, but sending turkeys to people's houses and shipping them or doing it through a service was just way too expensive. So instead, I'm just giving away $50 gonna PayPal, Venmo them, or send out gift cards if people don't have that. Um, so I'm gonna get in contact with people here. So but the way to guess is just leave a comment down below. If you guess correctly, you'll be entered into the pool of people who have guessed correctly, and from there, we will have randomly picked a few winners from each video. Okay, and it'll be a few days after the video goes live, so I give people a few days to kind of let the people to comment. Okay, then I'll go back and I'll pick a few winners through the comment section. Okay, be very careful of scammers. Remember, I will contact you. I will heart your video. If you don't get a heart and it doesn't say just "it's Jimmy" with a check mark, you know it's not me. If you see a scammer with a text message or a phone number saying "call me" or "hit me up on WhatsApp or Telegram," it's not me. I don't have a WhatsApp number. I don't have a Telegram number. And if they want you to call or text me, then it's not me. Okay. You will get a heart from me, and I'll ask you to contact me through email. Okay. But yeah, just you'll know it's me, and I'm going to give you money. I'm not going to ask you to invest, or I'm not going to ask you to do anything shady like that, because I'm going to give you money. So just you'll know it's me. Okay. But yeah. So with that being said, here is today's question, trivia question. Okay. Today's trivia question this is courtesy of my father-in-law, Laurel's dad. Okay. He's an awesome guy, really awesome guy. In the United States, Thanksgiving is officially the fourth Thursday in November. The day can change a little bit, but it's always the fourth Thursday in November. Since my dad is half Canadian, which is, Laurel's dad is half Canadian. He's half Canadian, by the way. He suggested this. When is Thanksgiving in Canada? When is Thanksgiving in Canada? So, if you know the answer, if you want to take a guess, please put the answer down below in the comment section. When is Thanksgiving in Canada? So that is today's trivia question. So again, I'll let this go for a few days, several days, and then I will come back here in the comment section, and then I will pick a few winners and through the comment section, and I will pick the winners through the comment section, and I'll say, hey, you're a winner. I'll heart your comment I will heart your comment, and I'll get in touch with you, and I'll PayPal you, Venmo you, or if you don't have that, then I'll send it to you through the mail. I've done that with a few people who don't have any of those in the past. So make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button down below, or the bell icon after you subscribe, so you don't miss out on new videos. I'm going to be doing these trivia questions every single day here up until Thanksgiving, and I'm also going to be doing something like this here for Christmas as well. Yeah, so new videos come out here every day, 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you so much for liking these videos as well. And here's some more videos you can watch next. You can watch this video here, is my newest video next. And here is a new video about stimulus checks that you should watch also. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.